Sometimes some crimes go slipping through the cracks, but these two gumshoes are picking up the slack. You see, there's no case too big and there's no case too small. So if you need help, just call Bandale Rescue Ranger Bandale when it's danger. Yeah. Yes, we're going way back to the early 90s with Chippendale Rescue Rangers, an episode very near and dear to my heart. Drake Parker and his band, whose names I do not know. No. The episode is entitled Dale Beside Himself. This is another one Montgomery had recorded onto another tape. I think it was after the episode of Ninja Turtles on the tape, actually, but after or before. And this is one I watched all the times because I had it on that VHS, and it entails three aliens who land on Earth. I say alien because of Rugrats. Three aliens who land on Earth, and one of them doesn't want to leave, so it takes the form of Dale, and then hilarity ensues when he realizes he has to his other two won't leave him alone unless they think unless he goes back, so he sets up Dale to go. So yeah. So we actually, after the kick-ass intro of the theme song, we see a snake about to attack Rabbit. But wait! Actually, the snake is an alien named Brack, and the rabbit is actually an alien named Ditz. Yes. Ditz is eating Urkburgles. Lord, these green alien thingies with eyes. Yes, apparently they're an alien snack that's not good for your health. And a gopher shows up who is Brick. So I'm on IMDb. If I remember correctly, what got me about the cast list. So, it's Corey Burton as Chip. Right? No, it's Corey Burton as Dale. He also does the voice of Brack, I believe. And then, in this episode. And then it's, Tress MacNeille does both Chip and Gadget. And, what got me is I always thought Jim Cummings did the voice of Monty. Monterey Jack, Monty. But I was wrong. It's, does this sound familiar to you? I send a message to all Autobots. It's Peter Cullen. He also voices Brick, I believe. Yeah. So that woke me up. And you'll be glad to know Frank Welker does the voice of the Urkburgles, because he does creature voices. Anyway, Ditz refuses to leave Earth, and they go back and forth. I'm staying. You're going. I'm staying. You're going. They turn a log into a rocket ship. I'm assuming the ship was disguised as a log. They try to force him into the ship, but he escapes in a smaller escape pod and goes back to Earth. Dale is too busy watching an old alien movie surrounded by empty walnut shells. Jack, Monty, Gadget, and Chip show up because Monty is making walnut macaroons, whatever they're called. Not macaroons, walnut wallaroos, because he's Australian, you see. And Dale ate all of them, so now he's got to go pick more. Ditz's spaceship lands nearby and turns into a giant-ass walnut. And while trying to open it, he finds that it's actually an alien spaceship. And then Ditz turns into a chair, but he's still got the little fin things on the side of the chair. What's the point of doing that? Like, they can go full form in animals and other things, but modern day items like chairs that don't. I guess maybe he's not turning into a chair that's nearby. He's just forming a chair, so it's just his body forming the chair. Doesn't have any point of reference. So, yeah. So, Monty talks about his walnut wallaroos uh, recipe. He does say that they made it in like the Arctic, but they use walrus toenail clippings or walrus toenail clippings. They don't have toenails, do they? I don't know, but I don't think that would be very good. Uh, Dale also releases the Urkburgles, which causes Ditz to chase after him. Ditz then takes Dale's form. One thing I like about this is from this point on, he talks with Dale's voice. And I'm like, well, why doesn't he talk with his voice? Like, he did it earlier. But the only thing, again, they don't have a point of reference because animals don't speak human language. So they're going to speak, they didn't speak English. I don't know. Yeah. Quote, spring wasn't. Ditz turns into a dragon, which is in the opening, by the way. The They are really describing this dragon on IMDb. Jesus, they go on. So Chip hears the commotion and thinks, I do like this, because he's like, oh, I'm you now. And then Chip thinks that Ditz is Dale, because he's looking and scolds him about the walnuts. Ditz doesn't understand what's going on. Irritates Chip. And, so Dale and Ditz decide to go gather walnuts using Ditz's space powers. He uses a blast to knock all the walnuts out of the tree, and then he uses telepathy to move them all the way back to the treehouse. And now this is where Ditz does all the work while Chip, is lazy. So I have a question. There's a scene here in which Chip sees Dale. I messed up there, didn't I? Chip sees Dale washing the Rescue Ranger plane. But then, he comes out with Monty. He's like, well, he was just, and like, wouldn't he still be up there? But we're supposed to believe that both the one that was up there and the one with Monty is Ditz, as Dale is still loafing around. I'm like, that's supposed to be, both be Ditz? Make any sense, but, yeah. So they all try to lift the typewriter. The gadget finds them and carry it to a small elevator shaft, but they need to take a break. So then, without anyone seeing, Ditz just uses the telepithist to move it into the workshop, and they're just like, "What happened to the typewriter? Oh, it's in your workshop." And they're like, "Huh?" But then they sort of brush it off. Still about the typewriter here. This goes into great detail on here, I guess. More detail than Wikipedia, that's for sure. Dale goes fishing as Ditz does the chores himself. Just kind of waves goodbye. But then a message shows up from the other two, telling Ditz they're coming back and they're going to get him. Ditz then decides he's going to send Dale to the ship with the escape pod, the mothership. He thinks she's just going for a ride. She's sitting there. Brick and Brack, I just realized that, are there, and they're unaware that this is not Ditz. Here's my issue with this. They keep calling Dale Ditz. And Dale doesn't get the hint that, hey, maybe something else is going on here. But no, they keep, hey Ditz, you could turn back to being an alien. And he's like, oh, I'm on a spaceship. Wee. It's like, it's the writing. Because if he was like, hey, wait a minute. Because if they actually had him think for 1 second, he'd be like, "I'm not Ditz. My name is Dale. Ditz gave me the ship and flew me up here. He looks just like me. Not, but then the writing would have to be, well, they don't believe him and try to convince him, because the writing has to somehow find a way to extend this to half hour. No. Brick tries to freeze Brack, tries to freeze Dale, but hits Brack instead, and Dale is able to escape back to Earth. The Rescue Rangers are watching an Alien movie that's reminiscent of Alien, with Ditz thinks it's a comedy. Then we have the ending where they are. So they see two Dales, they're confused, and the aliens show up. Ditz pretends that Dale is the alien, and Dale is saying that Ditz is the alien, and then they fight each other, and end up outside when the aliens arrive, and they show up at the spaceship. And their plan is to, like, if they can't figure out which one is really Dale, which one's really Ditz, they're going to blow up the planet. They're going to say, we're going to blow up the planet, because if you don't, then, because we know you like this planet. And it's like, well, don't worry, they're bluffing. Don't worry, Dale, they're bluffing. Hey, it's that one. No one heard that. And he's like, again, it's like, wait, you can't blow up the Earth, because you'll blow up too. And they're like, and they explode and then come back together. We're made of unstable molecules. We like exploding. Though, that wouldn't work, because unstable molecules would just keep exploding because they're unstable. But I digest. No. Then Dale has a brilliant idea, runs onto the ship, and brings the Erkburgles that they were trying to feed him earlier. I skipped a bunch of stuff where he's going to push buttons, he messes with the gravity, and he goes back down, and when it goes down, it goes back up, it goes back down again, and then it trying to feed him Erkburgles with some weird utensils. Seeing the Erkburgles causes Ditz to turn back to his normal look, and he eats the Erkburgles, and they're going to go back home now. And I want to point out that the aliens aren't actually bad guys. They just want Ditz back so they can go back home. Right? I want to point out they're in an alien spaceship, and it still takes a while for them to get from A to B. A little unbelievable, but yeah, Erkburgles. So there we go. That's the episode. It's good. Good as I remember it. It's fun. Fun episode. I recommend it. But yeah, and we got 3 episodes left of this now, I believe. Yep. And we shall end as we started. Remember the 3 shows that we started with? We're going to end with them, but we're going the reverse way. So as it was Drake and Josh, Kenan and Kel, Boy Meets World, it's now going to be Boy Meets World, Kenan and Kel, Drake and Josh. So, what episode of Boy Meets World will I talk about? We'll have to wait till next week for that. Until then, thanks for watching. I'm a Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.